It's also a really sad missed opportunity, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Right? There is nothing I like more than making a trade with somebody where they will let me look through their eyes and I let them look through mine.
Yeah.
And it's better the more different the view is.
Right.
But how strange is it that we are, products of evolution that are even capable of letting some other person in on what we see and experience and think and how it came to be? That is such an odd thing to be. And to miss the opportunity, you sit down with somebody and you have the opportunity to do that little experiment, even for 5 minutes. And, I almost never have the experience that it isn't worth it, right?
Yeah, because some people, when they talk, it's just competitive. When they talk to people, it's just like, I'm right and you're wrong, and I'm going to tell you why you're wrong, and I'm going to win, and I'm going to tell you to shut up. And it's just a profound lack of understanding of human nature. Like, you realize that even with your kids. Like, if I tell my kids, hey, shut up, like, they're like, I don't want to fucking shut up. Like, and you're like, oh, you're right. Like, I shouldn't tell you to shut up. I should tell you why what you're saying is annoying and wrong, or why you shouldn't yell at your sister, or why, like, you gotta, like, let's talk this through. You gotta talk it through. And, you learn that when you have children. Like, you learn how to, like, we gotta talk this through, and I'm gonna explain to you, and it's gonna take a long time for everybody to calm down, but then eventually we're gonna get to this place where we realize, look, we just love each other, and sometimes people make mistakes, and sometimes you do the wrong thing, and I have to teach you the right thing, and sometimes I learn that I did the wrong thing, and I have to tell you I did the wrong thing, so you learn from me.
Actually, that's the most important lesson in parenting, is when you screw up with your kids.
Oh, you have to tell them you did it wrong.
And then you tell them.
It's one of the first things I do. If I screw up, I definitely do that. But I also tell them whenever I'm correcting them, I'm like, listen, I did that. I did everything. You're smarter than me, guaranteed. You have more access to information. You have a giant advantage that you have parents that talk to you in this way, and I've fucked up in more ways than you're ever going to fuck up. So I'm not better than you. I'm just older. I just have more life experiences that have accumulated. But, like, whenever I correct my kids, I'm like, I fucking did all that. I did that. I lied. I stole liquor from the cabinet. I did this. I did that. I did all those things that you're doing. And, that's a very, I have a friend of mine who, he's a yoga instructor. And one of the things that he said to me that I never forgot, he said, having children was like one of the most important parts of my education as a human being. And that I've become so much wiser through having children and watching them experiencing life. It's been a huge learning process to me. And I remember thinking, oh, that's a really interesting way to look at it. Like, he's looking at it, not just I have to raise these kids, but I'm enriching myself and my own understanding of human beings through this process. And it's very educational to me.
Yeah, it's actually the human metamorphosis
at
the point that you have kids, because suddenly the program that you've been improving, the purpose of it becomes evident.
Yeah.
And, sometimes when I'm yelling at my kids, hopefully I'm not yelling, but it does happen, but I will find myself saying to them, I'm not yelling at you for me, I'm yelling at you for future you. Right.
Yeah.
Which, it works. They can hear that, right? They don't always act on it, but they do know what I'm trying to tell them.
Yeah, it's complicated, but so is everything.